valued at $16,000. Not bad at all. However, one driver is unlikely to be competing in the final today is Joe Beninka. And in the first heat today, the sprint race, Joe got it upside down coming out of Honda corner. Just through clipping the front wheel up on the curb, and away the car went from him.
He didn't enjoy that at all, Mark. I believe he's already on his way back to Surrey Hills in Victoria, and couldn't bear to watch
I don't think I'd blame. Let's take a look at the way they line up for the Alfa race today over 8 laps. Pole position has gone to Tony Longhurst of Queensland with a 105.3. Allan Grice in car number 6 starts from position number 2. For position number 3, car number 7 is Colin Bond. From position 4 was to have been Joe Beninka in car number 10. From 5 is 23 Brian Wheeler. From position 6, car 17 Dick Johnson. From 7:48 Ross Burbidge. From 8, car number 1 Alfredo Costanzo. From 9 is 99 Phil McDonald. From position 10, car number 4 Gary Cook. From 11, car 67 Ray Golson of the ACT. And from 12, 104 David Selden. Cars lined up now for the 8-lapper. Allan Grice in 6, Tony Longhurst in number 40. Racing getting away very, very quickly indeed was Longhurst. Won the sprint earlier today with Allan Grice on the outside, but he tucks in right behind Longhurst as they come up the hill for the first time. Making a good run up through the pack also is Colin Bond in the number 7. Heading to the top of the hill and down into the Dunlop loop again. Tony Longhurst, 105.3, only a tenth of a second quicker than the rest of them yesterday. Colin Bond, a little tap there in the car in front. Wheeler was the one to watch earlier. There's Dick Johnson in 17 as well. So Tony Longhurst coming down for the completion of half a lap of the 8 to run in this event. Is setting up probably a 2 Alfa lead at this stage.
Wheeler.
Oh, but got it sideways. He's gone off. I don't think he'll be able to come back and nab Grice from there. Little over-exuberance on the part of Tony Longhurst, and the veteran Allan Grice has got through. So too is Colin Bond, coming down to the lake corner for the first time. Very close indeed. 23, that's Brian Wheeler.
Yeah.
He went very well in the 5-lapper, and he's right on the tail of Allan Grice. Colin Bond is back in 3rd as they come around to complete the first of 8 circuits.
Well, unless Allan Grice has spent a couple more horsepower on the first heat, he's going to be in strife here, I think, because he just couldn't quite match it with them as the race progressed last time, and the way Wheeler's serving it up to him at the moment, I think this is going to be the case again. Grice is going to have to use all his guile to stay in front here. The new man Wheeler, and of course the vastly experienced Colin Bond right behind him. Longhurst under pressure, as we saw, almost getting out of control and dropping back several spots. And he's going to find that ground hard to make up against this sort of competition.
Car number 1 is, of course, Alfredo Costanzo. He's out in the bunkers.
He's normally as neat as a pin, isn't he?
Always is. Allan Grice comes back down again after catching the curve on the exit from Honda corner. Coming down to the lake bend again.
Tony Longhurst has found himself in 4th position, doing his best to catch up that lost ground.
You have to be really good to be able to pull that back, because although he was quick in the 5-lapper, Grice is a determined professional, and so too is Colin Bond, presently placed 2nd in the event. Johnson back in 4th spot. Wheeler, the am of the Pro-Am sector of the top 4. They're plugging away quite strongly.
Yes, he's doing well. I think it's just lack of experience that's preventing him at the moment from finding a way round Allan Grice. I think Grice, as we suggested earlier, is in fact down a couple of horsepower, but this is his home track, as he said himself. If anybody knows their way around here, he does. Grice first, Wheeler 2nd, Bond 3rd, then Longhurst after coming unglued early.
Really saving the tyre, Bill, the first 3 through the corner. And they come down on the short run to the lake corner again. Allan Grice, car number 6, through the gears. Still Wheeler in 2nd and Colin Bond in 3rd.
Dick Johnson hasn't been competitive, has he?
No, he hasn't had the best of weekends so far.
Back in 5th spot here. And a fair space behind Longhurst holding down 4th. But up front is where the action is.
Takes a good drive.
Grice.
Takes a good driver to beat Grice around here at Amaroo at the best of times. Home track, there's the cars flashing by going up to the top of Bitcher Pave Hill. And still Wheeler there. Bond hasn't pulled up any ground on Wheeler. Longhurst, if anything, has made up a little ground on Colin Bond.
Interesting to note just the different style of Grice and the man behind him, Brian Wheeler. Wheeler's got the power and Grice has got the style at the moment.
77.
Craig Denyer, the man from Gosford, involved in the promotion of the big car rally up there every year, has decided to give it a go himself on the track. Wasn't doing too well, so he's got to do a bit of cross country.
Still Longhurst in 4th place. Not that far back behind the race leader, because he's closed it up well and truly behind Colin Bond. Here he comes through now. Medical cars. That's 1st to 4th in the first round of the Alfa Romeo Trophy Series here today at Amaroo Park, heading up Bitchapove Hill again.
Longhurst got a lot of talent, as he proved here last year in the Alpha Series.
He's using all of the circuit and then some. That's Tony Longhurst, who held the lead, went off the course at Honda Corner. He's been able to come back to make the top 4 so far, but I think wants to go on with it. Probably figures there's another couple of positions he can pull up before the finish of this race.
Oh, a little brake lock up there. 1, 2, 3, 4 as they go through. Nose to tail, up over the strip. A little dirt in the face for Longhurst. Thank you, Colin Bond.
Wouldn't worry, Colin.
And still it's Allan Grice. A crafty drive.
Here's
Longhurst pulling out, yep. Gives Bond a go. He's got the line. Has he got the courage?
Oh, excuse my paint red.
Well, I think he's made the move up on the inside. Bond tries to stay with him. We'll see which of the 2 cars has the greatest grunt going up the hill, and I think it's going to be Longhurst, although he's gone in here wide.
He's got the line.
Bond will try and get back on the inside of him on the exit from the corner, which I think he might be able to do. Here he comes. He's got the line this time. Now it's Longhurst who might have to suffer the Duco Award.
He's hanging in there. He's got the line. If he can hold it down to this corner, I don't know that he can. He'll take a shortcut. No.
He might be able to get away with it.
Tucks in.
Colin will get him on the exit.
He's done it well this time. Controlled it well this time, Longhurst.
That's a good drive from behind by Tony Longhurst. He hasn't been put off by Colin Bond, who has certainly made life tough for him. Bond may have just clipped the grass verge going into that corner. He's closed up again on Tony Longhurst.
So Longhurst now 3rd after a lap-long struggle with Colin Bond. And at the head of affairs, it's still Allan Grice from Brian Wheeler. Longhurst now 3rd. Colin Bond in 4th place. Dick Johnson is 5th.
That really shows how closely matched they are in capacity and performance, doesn't it? Somebody's lost a wheel. I don't think that was one of the competitors.
It was one of the tyres, I think, that may have came in.
Might have been shaken loose there on the corner.
Could have been one on, dropped off on the corner.
By the way, they've been lifting a wheel on all the corners here. They could afford to drop one off, couldn't they?
There's Grice going through Master Corner. Picking up the back wheel. A demented dog. Okay, 2nd spot still held down by number 23, Brian Wheeler. Tony Longhurst back in 3rd place, and of course Colin Bond in 4th, Dick Johnson in 5th.
A lot more sting in these cars with the twin carburation this year, and the drivers really enjoying throwing these little machines around the circuit here at Amaroo Park, because they just perform so well, run so smoothly. And it sounds great as well, with all the tyre squeal.
Last lap board has been shown to the top of the hill, and Allan Grice in the Ignis entry, number 6, into the Dunlop loop. Can afford to use as much as the track as he wants, because he has the pressure well and truly off him coming down the back part of the course for the final time.
Well, I think it's been a clever drive rather than raw power that's going to win this race for Allan Grice.
On the corner, heading down to the lake turn for the final time, and Allan Grice pulling away from Brian Wheeler in car number 23. He's been quite a surprise. He's driven very, very well here today, this young Wheeler. Back in third is, of course, Tony Longhurst, who sat on pole for the race, and fourth to Colin Bond. Last corner, though, Wonderlick corner, Allan Grice. Home track, come up with a win in the first round of the Alfa Romeo Trophy Series here this afternoon. Good drive to Allan Grice. Didn't have the most powerful car in the race. The one that was putting out the most power appeared to be Tony Longhurst, but he missed out an excursion after the second lap.
Allan Grice, the hometown boy, is the winner of round one of the Alfa Romeo Trophy Series here at Amaroo Park. And a good performance, though, by Brian Wheeler to take second place. And bad luck, really, I guess, to Tony Longhurst, who did well to come back and finish in third spot after that early mishap. Pretty exciting stuff here at Amaroo Park, the Alfa Trophy race, round one, but there's more to come when we return to Amaroo. Well, here we are again at Amaroo Park after the Alfa Trophy race. Allan Grice, the winner, where are you? Come in here and put that bottle down. Hello. And everything else. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It seemed to me that from the earlier performance today, you might have been down an ounce on power, but it was a cagey drive that won the day.
Yeah, it's a little bit to come back when you've got four wheels on the dirt in a sort, I find. Got a bit of a squeeze in the first one, but it's the first round. There's a long way to go. There's a lot of very competitive motor cars. They're so similar, and lots of beaut young drivers that are coming along, and you know, it's a great start to the series, and I'd certainly like to thank Alpha City for putting me in their motor car this year.
Tony Longhurst kind of came unglued there the first time round. He was going to give everybody a bit of a fright, I think.
Youthful exuberance.
Is that right?
Just went a bit late.
I remember when you used to have that.
Oh, and it was only last week too.
Enrico Zanarini is here from Alpha to make a small presentation. I don't know whether you deserve it, but we'll give it to you anyway. Eh?
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Gary Allan. On behalf of Alfa Romeo Australia, please accept this trophy, and congratulations for your beautiful victory.
Thank you very much, Enrico, and thanks to Alfa Romeo.
Picking up the back wheel.